Hello, everyone. My name is Prabhat. I'm a founder here at Online Seller UK, and we are doing a couple of PPC podcasts for some time. And today I've got Mareike from Adference. Mareike is a head of customer success team at Adference, and she manages optimization of Amazon accounts for larger companies. So, welcome to our podcast, Mareike.
Hi, thank you very much.
Right, good. So, yes, I've introduced yourself, but if you want to introduce a little bit more and what you do
Sure.
at Adference, that'll be good.
Sure. First of all, I could talk about Adference as a company. So, as Adference, we develop and sell a tool for sellers and vendors on Amazon. And what can our tool do? Our tool can automate campaign creation as well as keyword and ASIN management. And our tool can optimize the bids and the budgets of the keywords and the campaigns. So this is what Adference and what our tool can do. And I have several roles at Adference. So first of all, I am head of customer success management, and that means me and my team, we are responsible for the happiness of our customers. And we support while onboarding on our tool. So we help to find the right settings for each individual account. And after that, of course, we also support afterwards with questions and challenging situations. And then I have a second role, which is a product owner at Adference. Which means that I organize the further development of our tool. So we in account management talk to the customers and ask about their problems and ask about features our tool should have. And then I can prioritize these ideas and hand them over to our developers. So this is a quite good match. And third one is that we also do a podcast, Florian and me, the Vitamin A podcast. And this is a podcast we are recording once a week in German, unfortunately.
Okay, excellent. So thank you for explaining that to us. I think it's interesting. You mentioned about podcast vitamin. So why vitamin?
Because it helps. So vitamin A, A stands for Amazon advertising, but also Adference. And vitamin also helps the people to be healthy, to stay healthy. And with our podcast, we try to help the advertisers on Amazon to have a healthy advertising account.
Excellent. I think it's I've seen your podcast sharing on LinkedIn, but I was thinking, why vitamin? But now it makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so let's dive into the topic. So our topic today is single keywords campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk about a little bit, what it is, and now I may have a little bit more questions around that.
Sure. So the situation is that an advertiser is on Amazon advertising, and he or she already have campaigns like sponsored products, auto and manual campaigns, sponsored brands campaigns, and the account is running quite good. The advertiser has searched for keywords and for product targets and booked them into the campaigns, and he or she already has this account set up, and everything works fine. Mm-hmm. But then the advertiser can go one step further in order to optimize the account. And then these single ASIN campaigns came into play because there are keywords which are performing very well because a lot of traffic, a lot of conversions, very good ACoS, and so on. Yeah. And the advertiser then wants to focus on these good performing keywords, and therefore the advertiser can create single keyword campaigns. Sure. And the advantages of single keyword campaigns is first of all that we only can set a placement modifier at campaign level. And if I have one keyword in one campaign, then I can set these placement modifiers at keyword level, some kind of, as well as same goes for budget. We can also only save set budgets at a campaign level. And if a campaign consists of only one keyword, then we can set the budget at campaign level. And the third advantage is that when you log into the advertising console, the first view you get is your campaign performance. And if in this campaign is only one keyword, and this is your hero keyword, your top performing keyword, then you see first the performance of this keyword because it's your campaign performance.
Sure. Okay, it makes sense. One question there. So
Yes.
you mentioned about placement modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So can you explain a little bit more about the placement modifier, what it is, and how or why we should add or update that?
Sure. There are three different placement modifier. The first one is, I only know the German words, but maybe you can help me here. So the first one is first page, or top
of the page, yes.
Top of the page, yeah.
Yes.
The second one is product detail page.
Yes.
And the third one is rest, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. And for the first ones, so top of search and product detail page, I can set placement modifiers up to 900%, which means that if my campaign has a keyword and a bid, and my campaign or my ad goes into this auction for example, the placement top of search, and I do have a positive like 100, 200% bid adjustment there, then I have a higher bid than my bid at keyword level. This is the function behind it. And what are the strategies? The strategies are, for example, that I have a set of keywords which are in one campaign. And with these keywords, I always want to be shown on top of search. Then I can put, like, because these are my brand keywords, my top performing keywords, whatever, then I can put like plus 500% or even plus 900% for this placement in order to be shown always on the top of the page. Yes,
I think yes, I'm realizing a little bit what you're saying. Before this conversation, I wasn't thinking in that way, but it's right. So for example, if there was a situation that one of my top performing keywords, meaning bringing lots of orders, maybe, and if it was a situation I want to just get a large volume of traffic to that, then you target that particular keyword. Okay, no, that's excellent.
But what was your first thought of placement modifiers, or how are you using it? What are your use cases?
Yeah, so in terms of modifiers, so rather than having a single keyword campaign, generally a lot of people do, okay, maybe 4, 5, maybe 20 keywords.
Yeah, sure.
And if the campaign as a whole is performing well, we'd sort of look at the cost of sales, look at what sort of growth we are getting, growth as in terms of orders. And then if we want to get more, then you would increase that with placement modifier or bid plus. But the difference between what you're saying is there you'd have one keyword. That's what you're saying, right? One keyword. And whereas, sorry, go on. You want to add something?
No, finish.
Yeah. So in our case, we had more than one, maybe 4 or 5 keywords. So, and some keyword may have a different cost of sales, another may have different cost of sales. True. So that's a different sort of things, what we are doing at the moment.
Yeah, totally true. Yeah, there's different situations, like do I have one keyword in my campaign or more keywords? And then there are also different strategies of using these placement modifier. One is, for example, I want to be visible. I want to be visible at top of search. And second strategy is I want to optimize my ACoS. And the placement where in my ACoS is very good, there I can then set positive placement modifier in order to push this placement, because this placement is performing very well. So yeah, I totally understand both strategies.
Okay, excellent. So that's a keyword sort of thing. So what about the product target ads or ASIN target ads? How do you, I should say, play the game with those?
Yeah. Yeah, from my point of view, it's the same. So I can have very top performing keywords, and I can also have good performing product targets, and both of them can be very important for my account. So I should not only search for hero keywords, but also for hero product targets, and for them I can also create single product target campaigns.
Right. So I think that then it leads down to a question then. So I have one campaign running with 4 or 5 keyword target or product target, whatever the targets were, and it's performing well. Now, when I create a new campaign, as you've suggested, with one keyword, there may be then, if it is 5 keyword on the previous campaign, I would have 5 different campaigns running separately. So do I pause the existing campaign and then wait for the new campaign to work? So how does I think transition is always difficult, right?
Yeah, true, totally
and then
true.
There is a risk involved. Say, for example, we are going back to, as in we are opening back, the stores are going to open soon, and then people are preparing for it, and there are certain stock related to that. And obviously the demand is a little bit up, like, for example, safety tapes and any other things like that. So, and I think the situation is, if I transit from the existing campaign to new one, so I pause that one and go on next one. I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, I totally understand what your question is. And I think that there are 2 ways. So one way is that I create a new campaign for this hero keyword and then pause this keyword in the old campaign. This is one way. A second way could be that I step by step higher the bid of the keyword in the new campaign and step by step lower the bid of the keyword in the old campaign, so that there is a smooth transition. I think both is possible, and it depends on your strategy. But from my point of view, what I saw in the accounts we are supporting, we are optimizing, is that if there is a hero keyword, it is performing very well, and it is performing very well in the new campaign from day one. And what we see is that sometimes advertisers are afraid of new campaigns because this old campaign has so much history and it worked for a month or years or something. But what we see is that the history is not at a campaign level. It does not belong to the campaign, but it does belong to the product. The product which I sell needs to have a very good history. And if I put this very good product and this very good performing keyword into a new campaign, most of the times I see that this new campaign is performing very well from day one.
Okay, I think it's good that you've cleared that out, because we see that very often as well. And there is a myth around, like you said, historical performance campaigns and things like that. So thanks for clearing that out.
You're welcome.
Now, the difficult part, I appreciate if there is no answer to it sometimes, because if there are 5 products in the account, perfect. Okay, I can manage this. Straightforward. If there's 10 products, maybe I can. So with the level of inventory going up, now one keyword campaign, it's very tricky to manage. And how do we start this venture? Because obviously this works, otherwise you wouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, so that's given, it works. So I think everybody who's listening to this podcast, what Mareike is saying about single keyword campaign, we should try, because it works. But the challenge is, if I've got 100 products, 200 products, now how do we actually make this work?
Yeah, so with single keyword campaigns, I really try to focus on the keywords and on the targets. And the first step is definitely to have these single keyword campaigns, no matter how many products I advertise with this single keyword campaign. So the single keyword campaign can consist of 50 products, but in the best case, and if you really would like to do it professional, then this single keyword campaign should only consist of one top performing product, one top selling product, and maybe the variations of this product, like different colors or different sizes. But yes, the more granular you are in your campaign structure, the better you can optimize your campaigns, but the more work you have, definitely.
Yeah. I think now this leads down to having the tools, and we've not touched base, on, you've been generous not talking about the tools as such, but giving us good advice. But this is when the tools like Adference play the role, I believe.
For example.
So so talk us through. So if we are to use Adference tools, for example, so how does the single keyword campaign gets managed? Like, do I, as a owner of the account, needs to get involved, or how does it work?
Yeah, in the end, you get our tool, you get our Adference tool, and it is then working for you like every day. But definitely, first of all, you have to set up all the settings which are possible. So you have to decide on a campaign structure, and our tool can support with a single ASIN campaign structure. So if you upload one product in our tool, we would create automatically 2 campaigns for you, one auto campaign and one manual campaign with 3 ad groups for phrase match, exact match, and for product targets. This is what our tool can do, but you can also use other campaign structures, which you then have to set up in the advertising console. But no matter what campaigns you have, and no matter how many campaigns you have, no matter how many ad groups, keywords, and so on, our tool can see all these campaigns, and we can optimize the bids and the budgets. And this is the most important part of our tool, and this is where we come from, because before we had this Amazon advertising optimization tool, we had a bid management tool for Google, so we have a long history there with calculating the optimal bids, and this is the heart of our tool, and we can optimize every campaign structure you have.
Okay, excellent. So I'll put the link to your tool below the YouTube video as well, so people can just check out and see how that works. So I think we came towards the end of this conversation. I found it really helpful to understand, and sometimes you don't have to listen to longer conversation. Even one single small conversation can make a massive difference, and this is, I feel that this is going towards that way. So so thanks very much again to sharing that. So if somebody is to find you, Mareike, where is the best place to find you?
On LinkedIn, for example, but also via our website, or you can send me an email at mareike@adference.com.
Excellent. So thanks again for joining us today, and I'll speak to you soon, hopefully. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.